What could possibly make the Marble League a little bit better than normal? Add in some science. Anybody? Alright, maybe that's just me. Either way, we reach event number 4 of the 2020 Marble League, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, the Newton's Cradle. 100-centimeter tall tower, the striker will descend and launch the skipper on the other side of the Newton's Cradle. If you see King Stardust get as far as he can up that inclined ramp, that is how we will get the measurement. All about conservation of energy, conservation of momentum. 73, the result that King Stardust gets. A little bit difficult to tell sometimes, but it's going to be the bottom center of the marble where the results are determined. We'll see how that 73 stacks up to the professional competitors. Always interesting to see somebody give it a try first, though. The marbles will be working in pairs as they come down. You see yellow, and the captain, Jelle, will be the skipper, who will launch after the cradle. Good impact there, and stretching out past 85 goes the captain. It's a very different event than block pushing. You can see all of the different angles and the different tolerances that are involved, even a flex on the track. Mellow Yellow comes through with an 89.10. We'll see how that stacks up on the mark to beat. We move on to the Oceanics. Sea and Shore's going to get out toward 95. Not just 85 there as the Newton's Cradle flaps away. Oceanics need a good result, sitting in second to last. Very hard impact. There's so much that goes into that initial striking of the cradle. And a 95.40. Where the Oceanics currently sit in first place. Granted, only out of 2, but take what you can get. Thunder, the captain descends and sends lightning on its way. Past 90. Should be good enough for provisional second place thus far. In the block pushing event, you have, oh, look at the air. After the strike there, that's why they built up those walls over on the left side for the striker. My goodness. Some danger involved in this when you don't have your team pushing with you, as a 91.65 is the total. It's all on one marble. In this case, it's going to be Starry as the striker, sending Pulsar past 100, nearly to 105. That was a great push. Also a strong ricochet there. It's, as I mentioned, all about conservation of energy. It gets sent through the 106.55. Wow. Gets sent through the balls that are on the Newton's Cradle into the marble that is the skipper. So you have to hit the rounded surface perfectly. You have to keep that push going as hard as you can. You have to hope it gets transferred into your teammate, who can then carry it uphill. Ooh, and not going to be an ideal effort here for the Hornets on that run. Another flex out of the track on impact. And you have to wonder if that dissipates some of the energy as the skipper streaks up course to a 90.75. Savage Speeders now, with the captain pushing rapidly. And rapidly nearly pips 100. We'll see in the official timing and scoring where that comes in. Speeders have definitely and appropriately had speed in the events, but maybe not always what you want in certain events, like the funnel endurance, for instance. But maybe they can make use of that here. The speed of the Savage Speeders slowing to a crawl, and a 99.80, just shy of the 100 mark. Team Momo in the gates with Momo pushing Momo. Maybe they could have used some Mo on that one. Good impact there. Fairly clean on the skipper's side. How far up? 96.50. That in the Oceanics and Mellow Yellow, and the Thunderbolts and Hornets. Now the Bumblebees. Swax gets up toward 100 and then heads back toward the cradle. This is as much of a precision event as it is a strength event. A very different look than what we usually see in the Marble League. You really have to work together, but you also need physics working on your side. And a 100.20. Thus far, Team Galactic hold the lead by 6.35 centimeters. They're sitting toward the bottom of the overall standings in the Marble League, and the hosts could use a great finish. The Hazers in the gate, ready to drop that 100 centimeters down. What does it get transferred to? Nearly 100 centimeters going the other way. Nice, strong impact there. You can tell a little bit by where the striker goes after the hit. Ooh, narrow, 100.50. Just 3 millimeters more than the Bumblebees. Mallard, the captain. The striker for the Green Ducks. Was the job done well enough? Also near that 100 mark. I think if anybody's going to get above it, especially by a sizable amount like we saw with Team Galactic, and that could set you up for a medal. 99.60. 2 millimeters behind the Savage Speeders. It's all being bunched up in that 99 range. Balls of Chaos. Ooh, something went a little bit wrong there. They just barely got past 90. Maybe a little bit too chaotic on the descent. What does the impact yield? Well, fairly straight back, but look at the spin that you see from the striker heading out of the picture. That is extra energy that did not go toward moving up the ramp, and a 92.50 shows that well. Also, that skipper bouncing back and forth side to side. The Midnight Wisps are going to make a lunge out toward 105. That's the best run we've seen in a while from anybody. What kind of an impact was that? Decently square. And look at the trek down the course. The skipper staying off the walls and getting to 104.50. In run 12 of 16, just a few left to go. If Team Galactic can survive another couple of runs, they will at least be guaranteed a medal. Raspberry Racers now. Rizzy striking Rozzy. Also getting near that 105 range. We're not done yet. Ooh, even getting a launch off of the Newton's Cradle. Usually we see that from the striker and not the skipper, but in this case, where does it go? Oh, very close. 105.10. 3 runners left. Crazy Cat's Eyes. They'll send Yellow Eye also out toward 105. Everybody at the end here has been saving it up. They know what they have to beat, and they're really putting everything into it. Barely any movement at all from those first 4 balls of the Newton's Cradle. Crazy Cat's Eyes, they don't beat it, but a 104.85 gets past the Midnight Wisps. Just short of the Raspberry Racers. Now the O-Rangers. This does guarantee, by the way, that Galactic will have a medal, but I don't think it's going to be gold. Look at how straight back the striker went. All of the energy was pushed forward, and I think that has resulted in getting past, yes indeed, it's a 107.55 and provisional P1. And the O-Rangers can get no lower than silver. The Minty Maniacs have been on a tear lately. What can they do here? It's not going to be enough. It is not going to be enough. The O-Rangers will capture gold. Team Galactic is going to be happy to medal. Let's see what the final result was for the last run. And our leaders of the Marble League, a great effort at a 102.40 for the Minty Maniacs. And so the Raspberry Racers capture the bronze, Team Galactic the silver, and the O-Rangers secure gold. And with that gold medal, a $5,000 donation will be made in the O-Rangers' name to Feeding South Florida. Congratulations to them.
The O-Rangers.
The O-Rangers will be finding some footing beneath them now. Same thing with Team Galactic. The O-Rangers pretty overwhelmed about their second gold in the Marble League. It's also the first time that the O-Rangers have acquired 2 golds in one Marble League. The Newton's Cradle, a unique event that we've seen. And as a result, look at how close it is up top. The O-Rangers have jumped into the first spot after event 4 of 16. The Minty Maniacs are 1 point behind. Be sure to join us on July 12th for the ever-exciting long jump. Thanks for watching the Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.